What up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of A Drink and a Game. I'm here with my esteemed panelists, Felice Cat, who's
Hey,
dancing right now. Before she says you guys hi, but for those of you that are listening on audio, she's dancing. And of course with Freddie G, who joins me every week now.
What up? What up? And here's my dance.
You know,
Robot
who's doing
action.
the robot right now if you're not watching this on YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate the love, and the more
Yes.
you, the better. So, and of course, we could start giving out more prizes if we start getting more affiliated with stuff, guys. So it
yes.
all comes down to you at the end of the day. So we're doing a quick show, guys. We're trying to not go much more than an hour today, so you guys don't have to worry about Dre rambling off. Those
It might still happen, guys. So
it
It's
might
gonna
still
happen.
happen, but
It's
I'm
going
gonna do
down.
my best to not ramble off. But before we get into the main game of the day, which will be Cyberpunk, people, I just wanted to go into because we went over the VGAs last week. We had a live react. On those who didn't watch, go ahead and watch it. It's on YouTube. It's on Twitch. It's on our Facebook page. You can catch it anywhere that Gamers Network can be found. But there was a lot of reveals. I think there was about 13 or 15 reveals. And so I tasked these guys with telling me what were their top three reveals that were given that were shown during the VGA. So Felice, ladies first today. We'll go with you. What was your number three? Let's start from 3 to 1.
I was going to try to be greedy and just say a bunch of stuff, but I'll go with three. All right. Oh shit, I didn't number them though. All right. I'll say Back for Blood. That's three.
Okay.
It's an obvious choice. I know you're probably gonna say the same one, so
Yeah.
I guess I'm happy I went first. Come
That's my
on,
number one.
Left 4 Dead, and it's crispy. I mean, granted, we don't know what the gameplay is gonna look like yet, but I
They
mean,
showed gameplay.
We saw gameplay.
was the gameplay? I thought that was just a
Yeah.
trailer.
They showed gameplay after the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it looked just like Left 4
it
Dead.
looked just like. Oh yeah. When they were walking through the. Yep. Never mind. But yeah. My point was that even if the graphics happen to turn out poorly, like some games that just came out sometimes, like glitchy and stuff, we still would play it because we still play Left 4 Dead now.
Yeah,
Realistically,
exactly.
it's an easy thing to go back to. Has high playability, so that's why I chose it as number three. And I want to murder some shit. Number two, I had to pick one of these. I'm gonna say the next two are probably just much the same.
All right, forget the order. Just say
Okay.
something else. Yeah.
Dragon Age 4.
Yes.
Because I've always been a big fan of BioWare. I love the fact that, granted, it's like Elder Scrolls, but it's always prettier. They always do extra, and then they have like the huge unique chat options. Like depending on how you choose to do, you could date whomever. Well, there's only certain love interests, obviously, but like it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl, which I think is pretty dope. Typically, the weapons, the magic, the monster creations that they have in there, I think that's dope.
Was
And-
the last Dragon Age? Did the people like it, or was that the one that people didn't like?
Well, the last one they changed it because they put like factions. I don't know if that's the right word I'm using, but I didn't complete that game. Literally, you had warring people, kind of like that stupid game that wasn't stupid, but the game that's free now on Xbox where it's all about war. It's like I can't think of what it's called, but it had a concept like that. It was still Dragon Age, but you had to like side with different armies to like make them like on your side so that you could have a bigger army. And it put too much stock in that. Like you had to go to a war room to like assemble your armies. So it felt like an RTS when you went there. I didn't like that. In Dragon Age 2, the bard kept talking. The singer, he's the same guy that's in the fucking Witcher game. Not Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. He's annoying. But this one I'm hoping is gonna be good because the first one, like that was my shit. Origins, like I beat the fuck out of that game. I even had the DLC, Morgana or whatever her name was. I had to kill her ass. She turned into a fucking dragon and tried to eat me. That bitch had to die. Anyway.
Favorite characters.
Yeah, right. One of your favorite characters. So I'm in deep, and to be honest, I've always been more of a fan of Dragon Age than Elder Scrolls. I love Elder Scrolls, but they could do more with their graphics. I do care about graphics. I do, but I care about gameplay too.
Sounds familiar.
Shut up! Shut
Yeah.
up! Shut up! Nobody asked you.
Guilty.
The last
Freddy
one.
used to be the same way.
The last one, since I'm supposed to only pick one, even though I got like 5 more games on here. I'm just gonna say Century Age of Ashes. That's the
Okay.
dragon one. That was really beautiful. I like that it feels to me like a Drakengard. Did you guys ever play that on PS2? It's a game where like
Guard. I
there's
don't.
like
The name sounds familiar, but
it's
we'll think
literally a game where you get to ride on the dragon, right? And like it's like 2 fight modes. Like when you're on the ground, it's like hack and slash, and it had elements of Dynasty Warriors in it
I
because it was
might
like
have to Google this right.
you need to look it up. You need to look it up. The game is great. So there was like it was armies, right? And you're like fighting this whole army, and there's literally hack and slash like Dynasty Warriors that portion. But when you're on the dragon had its own special moves where it would come down and eat people, and it would like blow fire. Anyway, I just want to burn people with a dragon. It's a dragon.
I know. I was saying like I feel like it's like dragon trend going with you.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Well, I mean, the Crimson Desert one has dragons in it too. That's also on my list. So that's pretty much it. I love the lore of things with dragons in it, and especially when it has magic dragons, open world. It gives you those vibes of like the fucking Two Towers or not.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes, thank you. You speak Kiyama. So yes, it gives you those feels, and it's like, I mean, who doesn't like magic and dragons and ponies?
I'm always a mage. That's my first class I choose all the time. And even when I try
me
and
too.
pick something with a sword, I still go back to my magic.
Yeah, I'm always magic and range with like the bow and arrow.
Yeah, because I always want to be Legolas. So like
Legolas was a little bitch. But
he's
he was.
Don't get Dre started, man. We said no ranting today.
The only time Legolas
get him started.
Was that Orlando Bloom, right? Was that Orlando Bloom? The only time he was amazing was when he was in the pirate movie.
Where he barely did anything until
that's the movie that you think he was awesome in.
I mean, with the bow and arrow. I don't know. He sucked. I don't know. After playing Lego Lord of the Rings, it killed it for me.
No, can't reference that. You got to reference the one that was 3-player
Lego
co-op.
Okay. I thought that they could bring 2 things together.
Tower Return of the King game from EA from back in the days. That's the game that you need to.
Those are my games.
All right, but let me go
good picks.
to my 3, which of course you said 2 of them.
Took it.
Back for Blood, of course. We wanted that Left 4 Dead thing, even though I guess for some it's probably some type of legal reasons why they couldn't just make it Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah, probably.
You know, because this is a different place. Because this is they're not with Valve, right? This
is the same people that made the Left original.
Valve said they're not making trilogies.
Yeah, so Valve probably has ownership of the Left 4 Dead name.
They definitely
do.
So
they're like, we're not gonna sell you this. Because what if we feel like making this game one day? So then, fuck that. Y'all gonna keep waiting for.
They can't sue though, because that's literally the same game.
Not really, because the Valve was the publisher, so publisher rights, and all that stuff. So they trademarked it. But it's all good as long as we're getting a damn game like this.
Yeah.
We got 4-player co-op. We have to stream this game together. We have to.
Yes.
We have no excuse not to stream this game. It's a big game. And it's 4 players co-op. There's no reason not to stream this. Next up, of course, Dragon Age, man. A lot of returning characters were inside that damn trailer, including Morgana. They had the elf guy up in there. They had the freaking guy. What's the knight's name? I think he was the one that was like going over. He was the one talking. He's been there since part 1. That knight with the guy with the sword and shield. Been there since part 1. Actually, Dragon Age Inquisition, I'm actually about to start over because I never finished it. I got stuck fighting a dragon, and my mage was too weak to beat this dragon, and there was no way to exit this mission. So every time I load up the game, I'm right in front of that dragon. I tried about 50 times to beat it, couldn't do it. So I said I'm gonna start over and actually use a sword and shield or something because it's a battle that you have to do by yourself.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I fucked up with my build because I'm one of those guys that keeps spreading out his attribute points instead
I
of
do
just
that too.
fucking instead of just fucking sticking to one thing, which is what I'm trying to do in
Because you
Cyberpunk.
can't skip leg day.
But it's hard. It's hard, like or you like trying many things. But other than that, before I go on, it'll be last is Crimson Desert. So that's the from the makers of Black Desert, the MMO, which I kept
Yep.
saying during the stream. And that game looked beautiful. I guess they're like, why don't we take the world of Black Desert and just make a single player RPG out of it? Which is a good thing, and it's a lot of fast paced combat and stuff, more faster than most RPGs are. But I think it could work as long as they don't overpower you from the beginning like Black Desert kind of does, where you're like getting all your powers right away within the first hour of the damn game. That kind of annoyed me, and that was the only reason I got turned off by it. Because MMOs, I'm used to working towards something, not being rewarded right here in the first hour of the game so much. But go ahead, Fred. Let's get through.
I just want to say shame on all you guys. And I'm not gonna say anything, but Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark.
Oh,
yes.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Are you kidding me? Nobody said Perfect Dark.
Yeah, looking at that trailer today too. And
you called that trailer out like 5 minutes, like 5 seconds into that shit. Like Perfect Dark. I'm like,
Perfect Dark.
So I don't have that much love for Perfect Dark, but I know it's like one of those games that like has a lot of history to it. So I'm looking forward.
GoldenEye days.
To like experiencing a new version or like 2021 revisit of Perfect Dark. Number two, I was gonna say Left 4 Blood, but since you guys already said that, I'm gonna say
he changed the name. Back 4 Blood.
Back 4 Blood. Left 4 Blood.
They know it's Left 4 Dead. Let's be real.
I was gonna say that Warhammer game, Dark Talk.
Yeah. I know you're into that.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
And that game, the futuristic, but with just like that still left like for Dead vibes, but in the Warhammer universe. So I'm feeling that. And then number one again, shame on you guys, Mass Effect. Are you guys kidding me?
Well,
shit.
Of course, Mass Effect.
Come on.
I wanted something that gave me more.
Oh man, that music, bro. Mass Effect is like hands down my favorite trilogy ever. And like Mass Effect 3, Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, all of them, they're all fucking great. Mass Effect 3, blah. But Mass Effect 2 is probably my favorite game ever.
Yeah.
And just hearing that music and just hearing the sound effects and just like them finding the N7 in the snow, like come on, I feel like a little kid.
Yeah, man. See, now you got my heart pumping.
Yeah. Yo, we gonna be so broke.
I know. I just hope they learn from Cyberpunk.
Don't hype that shit too much. Yo, Freddie, you called that shit though. Remember, you kept saying they were hyping it up way too. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You're like, nah, they hyping up too much. They doing too much.
No, but Mass Effect, we're not getting that game till 2025. Guaranteed.
I know, but
still
a game that I'm gonna be looking forward to.
Hopefully, Gamer has 1 million followers by then.
Yeah, if somebody starts subscribing and liking our videos, let's say names, guys.
You're not subscribing and liking.
Yes, please.
We need it.
But yeah,
start changing the tiers. We have to do that to get some good shit.
Mass Effect is like I have so much love for that game. That was I think I already said it, but that was like a game that like opened my eyes to what like games could be, and not just like Twisted Metal, not like fucking Super Smash Brothers, like an actual like
game, It wasn't even about button mash anymore. It was more about like dialogue and story development and character development.
And also having consequences.
Yeah, like do I save this guy? Do I kill this bot or do I make him part of my team? His name starts with the L. I can't remember his name. But like, fuck yeah, man.
Those are mine.
To know that a game could give you extra team members later on, and you don't care that you want to start this game all over again just to have this extra team member in your damn game, from the beginning, because you could put them in midway through the game. But I started every time they announced a new character, I started the fucking game over again. I'm like, nope, it's not gonna happen in the middle. Like this has to happen the right way. They have to be with me from the get-go. I gotta build my relationship. Because Mass Effect 2 was all about making sure my whole team survived.
Yeah, because you didn't know what was gonna happen in 3, so you were like, "Yo, I need to get my crew together for when the third one comes out. We're ready." So that's why I think 2 was so high, because we knew there was a third one coming. So all the decisions you were making, you knew it was gonna go to the new game. So it had like a lot of weight to it. But imagine, but
do you think they'll roll over? Remember
I was gonna ask you, imagine that.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
some way they figure out a way to get from. Think about this. They're gonna remaster 1, 2, and 3. Imagine if they let you carry 3 into 4 from the remaster edition.
Well, it's a 5 technically.
I mean, nobody's counting that shit because it said nobody's counting that because it said Mass Effect would continue, and they showed
I have a feeling if they let your 3 save go into the next one, Andromeda characters might be dropped in there, like here and here. You might see an Andromeda character, like you'll go to a space station and somebody that was in your crew might be there working or something, or they might at least one character has to make it onto your team.
I know this is a drinking a game, so we're hanging out at bars. So real quick, a quick question is, what's your favorite trilogy? I already said Mass Effect is my favorite trilogy.
Shit, man. You gonna get us like that?
No, well, me, it's always gonna be, Metal Gear is a 4-part, solid. So Metal Gear is always my favorite. Like Mass Effect is right behind Metal Gear, but that's my top 4 right now.
I have to say Dragon Age because that's the first thing I can think of. But yeah, Mass Effect was definitely up there. I mean, I was disappointed at the end of 3 and then Andromeda, but other than that, like, yeah. Oh, I want to correct something. I made a mistake earlier. Morgana wasn't the dragon. You were there to kill her mom, so that Morgana. Yeah. And the other thing was Century Age of Ashes. The other thing I forgot to say I loved about it is because you have PvP combat.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna fight your dragon with my dragon. That's all I gotta tell you. Man, watch
that should be interesting if they could make it as good as Star Wars Squadrons is. Then even though it's ships, but still you could make some good dragon combat out there. Because why has no one thought of a dragon combat game up to now?
They did. It was called Lair, and it sucked.
No, Lair was not multiplayer though.
You meant multiplayer?
Yeah, it wasn't multiplayer. Like a straight up multiplayer dragon game. Like raise your dragon, train your dragon, and go out there and burn everyone else's dragon to the ground.
Sounds like
that could be the slogan for the commercial. Like
sounds like a Duke Nukem commercial.
I guess I just do one. I mean, for me, I might maybe can't do a special shout out, but that Super Smash Brothers.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, that was a pretty cool reaction to seeing that.
Once again.
No one was ready for that. We all thought we was gonna get like a Fire Emblem character. At least most of the internet thought we was getting another Fire Emblem character, or even some people thought we was getting Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
That would have been cool, actually.
Yeah. It's a little late for Sora, I think, because Kingdom Hearts that came out, it kind of blew over. The Final Fantasy one makes sense. It feels like that was delayed. It feels like because of COVID, that was delayed because the game came out when shit got shut down. Like I had a hard time getting my Final Fantasy game.
March.
Yeah, so I feel like it would have been a rollout. Yeah, March. That's when I got trapped in the house. I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I know. When my birthday party got canceled,
my whole birthday got canceled.
I know.
I was in the room by myself. And no Final Fantasy. I had to wait a fucking month to get that shit.
Oh man, I had my shit downloaded.
You suck.
But,
anyway.
Yes. All right, guys. So now to the main attraction of the day. We've all have it. We're all playing it. Some of us probably sold it back to the store already. Some of us are just waiting for a big ass update. But Cyberpunk 2077 is here. The wait is over. We got the game. And even though it has a bunch of glitches for some people, I don't give a fuck.
Because it's not PlayStation.
It's just I don't care. Okay, first thing, let's go over the bad with this game. Let's just get this out.
I got bad.
Yeah, I got bad too.
Yeah, because I got bad, but I don't care. But let's start with you now, Freddie. Then we'll go to Felice.
Yep.
Okay. So my bad is it was mostly today. I got a lot of it was stupid. It was like I was driving my motorcycle and I crashed into a car. I crashed so hard that my character got stuck into the car, and I couldn't move. And I couldn't switch weapons. I couldn't do it. I had to legit reload my fucking game.
I got a funny glitch like that too.
So I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?" It's like I crashed so hard. I was in the passenger seat of the other car. I got one game crash, which I never experienced on Stadia. but a lot of just like collision. I'm looking into the mirror, having a bar head. A lot of visual glitches, but 2 times I got like 3 times I experienced game glitches where I had to restart. There's another one today.
I never had to restart yet.
Yeah. I was in a shooting competition, like a side mission.
Yeah.
And so you have to like shoot the gun and hit targets. My gun wouldn't load. So they're like, ready, start, go. And I wasn't able to shoot the gun because there was no gun in my hand and they wouldn't let me switch weapons. It was just like, I was just standing there. They're like, time up. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't do anything yet. So like I had to restart that. So like a couple of game breaking glitches. But when I get to the story, I'm just like all in. Like honestly, I want to play right now. So like the glitches are annoying, mostly visual, but today was a pretty tough day for me, Cyberpunk wise. But yeah, nothing. That's like the most collision, visual glitches, and the gun glitch was pretty bad.
Police. So what's
I was writing them down just now while you were talking. All right, the ones I can remember currently. All right, so I didn't like the glitches clearly. So I got there'll be guns floating in the air above, just there's nobody there, just as a gun floating in the air, and I can't get it, and I'm like, I wonder if this gun is better than my gun. Yeah. Collectible vinyls. Did you notice those? The Keanu Reeves collectible vinyls?
I didn't notice that.
I didn't even know there was something.
Oh, they're on the ground usually. Okay.
I didn't find any.
This glitch has to do with another glitch. So there are vinyls that are just around. I don't know. I'm assuming they're collectibles because they all got the same face. It's literally Keanu Reeves' face on it. And I couldn't pick them up in one building. I was like, oh, maybe I don't have to pick it up. You know, the symbol for picking up the items that you have to pick up, they look like little square thingies.
Yeah.
So that means you could pick something up. I couldn't pick it up. So I was like, maybe it's not important. And then I went in a different building and I saw another one. I picked 2 more up and I was like, oh, shit, man. I think those are collectibles. I couldn't pick them up. So that's annoying. So
it probably is to get an achievement. I won't be Mike, if he doesn't know, Mike is going to go all over the world looking for these damn things.
Yeah. Guns not shooting with full. Same thing that Freddie had. So I'm shooting and like nothing's happening. Well, I'm pressing the button and nothing's happening. The gun, my game shut down once. Bodies moving through the wall. That happened like a lot. Like literally, like I can't collect off the body because
what system are you playing on again?
Xbox.
Okay.
And as I said before, items I can't pick up mostly. So it's like I can't complete certain missions because I'm like, I gotta kill this guy, but he's inside the wall. He's not dead yet.
Oh yeah, that happened to me once.
And that's kind of annoying. There's other stuff too that I can't really think of right now, but overall, it does not deter me from playing the game.
Yeah.
It has not been so much problems where it made me not be able to play the game. I don't know how to do the hacky thing. I don't know how to do that.
Can't figure it out. I always get the best. I love hacking, yo.
No, I like hacking, but I can't figure out how to. I don't think it explains it well enough.
They didn't explain a good job at that.
Lines of the code.
It's one sideways, one down, one sideways, one down.
Exactly, one side.
They don't tell you that.
Down, and then sometimes, depending on your hacking skill, it'll let you go down and sideways to pick a number.
Oh, and the last thing that's really bad that happened just before I started the podcast. You know how you have options to when conversation, you have options to pick, and there's a timer.
Yeah.
I just did a mission, which I'm kind of mad about, because I think it was important. I was supposed to like be cool, you know, be chill and shake this lady's hand, but it wouldn't let me pick the nicer option because I didn't want to just do it nicely. I wanted to shake and say, "Hey, I got an offer for you," but because I couldn't press the button in time because it wouldn't press down on the D-pad. My control is not broken, obviously it's brand new. I barely played it because I couldn't do it. It triggered extra thing with the lady where they roughed me up and they beat me up.
Oh, shit.
And then the dude, her bodyguard hacked into my body to see if I was lying. Look, like what you do to the.
Oh, I know which mission you're talking about.
Yeah, I guess I'm not there.
I know that.
I'm still in the beginning. I'm not that far.
I must have done something different then.
Oh, because you have an option. She's optional to. You have an option to contact her, call her up. And I decided to call her up because I don't know who the fuck it was. And she beat me up in the alley.
Oh, but she
Oh,
got
all
that
right, now I
guy
know
in
what
the
you're talking about. Yeah,
car. You got that guy hostage in her car.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know that dude. And he's like, she gonna get you guys killed, but that's not the point. The point is that it wouldn't. In each time there was a situation where I had like two options, and one of the options I could do because I had leveled up, I guess, my tech higher enough or something like that. I couldn't press down to press the button.
Oh man, yeah. 'Cause I know sometimes you get an option to say something based on your personality, like
Yeah,
Street Kid. If you're a Street Kid, they have
yeah.
Street Kid responses. They got corporal responses, and they
But that's
got
the first time
nomad
that's ever
response.
happened.
Yo, I'm loving that I picked Corporal. Like, I'm loving the shit
I need
she
to
said.
know what the fuck that's like. I'm gonna do that on Stadia.
Yeah, I'm
A
doing that
Stadium anyway.
now on Stadia, but
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
love being a
mostly into
Corporal.
my
I'm
Street
happy I picked that.
character. But before we get into that, my glitches. I'll start with Xbox. I have this glitch that continuously happens where like I don't like subtitles and I take them off all the time, but when and sometimes a subtitle will come on the screen. Um, and then like when I started the game, a subtitle came, I turned off subtitles, but that subtitle just stayed there on the screen the whole.
Like in front of you, or like somewhere in the world.
I like
No,
burnt
no,
into
in
the
front of
world.
me on the bottom of the screen,
Okay.
like when you keep subtitles on. So I had to keep reading the same line. It was funny because it was like it was getting in my head because it said it was a subtitle that says something about do what you want or take over the world. You
Oh,
know,
that's a pretty good line to get
and I'm
stuck
just
on.
like, yo, this is just
Yeah.
sticking in my head. Like, are you guys trying to tell me something
I
right
know,
now?
like the message from
Like,
God. Like, yo,
Indoctrination.
yeah, like
Indoctrination.
so that was funny having it there. But then I realized that when people are speaking Japanese or Chinese, they don't give you the subtitles automatically. You don't know what they're saying unless you turn the subtitles back on. And
oh
that
really?
is
Oh yeah,
one.
I always play with subtitles on, I guess.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah, same.
so like there's this one scene and everyone's speaking Japanese. And I'm just like, am I not supposed to know what they're saying right now? So I said, let me turn the subtitles back on, and all of a sudden it says what they're saying in English. I'm like, why the fuck don't y'all tell us that we need this on in order to understand what they're saying? So at least 3 scenes went by when I didn't know what they were saying. I thought I wasn't supposed to know what they were saying. And so I have no idea what happened in these 3 scenes. One of them was very important. One was like at the end of the prologue of the beginning of the game. I think Freddie, you know what I'm talking about with the father and son up
Yeah.
in the damn penthouse. And I didn't know what they were saying because I thought, okay, maybe they're just speaking Japanese, Chinese, and I'm not supposed to know what they're saying. Then I go to subtitles because there's this part where another guy picks you up and he's talking to you, and I'm like, I don't know what he's saying. I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I turn on the subtitles. They're gonna show me what he's saying, and lo and behold, everything's in English. I'm like,
Right.
what the fuck? Why when you turn subtitles off, it should say you will need this for when someone is not speaking English.
It
You
should be
know?
on automatically if they speak
Yeah, because
different
every
language.
game I play,
Yeah.
I turn off subtitles. I hate seeing. Only time I want subtitles if I'm watching anime. That's the only time I want subtitles on my screen. Other than that, I got ears. You know, if my kids ain't around yapping in my ear right now, then I'm gonna turn subtitles off. You know, but that was like one glitch. The other one was when I'm picking up stuff. Sometimes the item will stick to the side of the screen. So like I'll go pick up pills and then it'll show the pills on the right side of the screen. And me being very nonchalant, I don't care. I just keep playing the game. I don't turn it off or nothing. That shit stays there for
Does
the
that stay there
whole
even when
time.
you reload it, or is it like
No,
once you
no,
reload?
only yeah. Once I reload it, it's gone.
Okay.
But if I just keep playing, it stays there. But I don't care. Like I'm one of those guys. It takes a lot to irritate me. So it's just like whatever. I'll forget that it's on the side of the screen at some point in time. You know, the only time I would say I would need it is if I'm like in a shooting mission um and that shit is blocking who I'm supposed to be shooting at, then that would be annoying. But I didn't do anything that impeded my vision. I know most people are just like that would piss me off if there's just this fucking item sitting there on the side of the screen. But I let it be. I let the subtitle be. And then the last real big glitch I ran into was only on Stadia, where every time I tried to scan something, my character started flying. So I was
What?
holding L1 to fly. I couldn't scan anything because as soon as I went into scanning mode, my body floated in the air. And when I turned it off, I dropped. So I'm like, yo, is this a
Did you take
cheat
fall
code?
damage?
You know, like it's like, is this a cheat code or something? You know, but it was funny because every time I'm scanning, then I'm going up in the air. And it was funny that the enemies didn't see me either. Cause I'm just like, yo, I wonder if they're gonna see me flying. and they didn't see you when they don't see you when you're flying. They only see you when you touch the ground. So that was a funny glitch right there as well. But like I said, I'm still loving this game. I'm playing it twice already. Like
I know I was tempted to buy it on Xbox because I wanted just to see how that felt. I'll say before we go to all the good shit we like about Cyberpunk. I'm interested to hear your opinions on things that are not glitches, but you don't like about Cyberpunk. For instance, the mini map when you're driving. I don't know how many times you guys miss a turn because it's like too
yes, that
tight.
is bad at navigating when it's time to turn. I hate it. I hate
Yeah,
that.
I'm always kind of just like always braking, just like in between
Holding aim.
blocks.
You got to do the drift.
I
the
can't
drift
drive
trick.
for shit. I walk everywhere.
Oh my goodness. You don't
I use
call
a
it
motorcycle. I
fun?
don't drive in cars because the motorcycle I feel easier to get
I
around.
have yet to witness a motorcycle in my world. I
I
have
have
yet to
not
see
seen any
one
motorcycles
motorcycle.
in my
Oh, I
world.
just use the one that you I don't know the spoilers, the one you get in the game.
Oh, I didn't get a
I
motorcycle. I
didn't get a
started with a
motorcycle.
car.
I
Oh,
got a
really?
car too.
hmm
I got a motorcycle.
So maybe
What?
Corpo starts with freaking
Something nicer?
motorcycle.
Because my car is a piece of shit.
And another
But you
thing
get
is
an option to buy different cars later on in the game.
yeah,
I have
Why
like
would I
7
buy a car
cars.
when I could just steal them?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I was
don't
saying.
spend
But
your money
some
on
of them are
cars.
nice, some of them are cheap. But it's because you could call your car, and so
Oh
if it's
yeah.
not yours, you can't call it. So
I'll ride around my hoopty. I'm good.
Another
you're
thing
gonna
is
say that at a certain point. You're still early, but at a certain
yeah.
point, you're gonna have to buy a car. Yeah.
Another thing is you can't two things. You can't respect, which sucks as an RPG. That
Wait,
should
what?
be respect
Like
your points,
reallocate
your
your
perks.
points.
You can't like change it. So you just whatever you
I
put it
don't
on,
mind that.
Oh, okay.
I
you're
like
stuck
me having
with
to
that.
live with my decisions.
I did too, but like in the beginning, they're just
We didn't
like
know any better.
they don't really do a good job explaining shit.
No, they don't.
And like if it wasn't for me like reading reviews and watching like playthroughs, I wouldn't know what the fuck I was doing. So I put a lot of points into something that clearly I'm not using because so you get points, you get perks, but then you also level up your skills the more you use it. So if you use a handgun a lot, you upgrade your handgun. So I put into engineer, which is like grenades, and I forget about grenades. So I put all these points into engineer, and like the whole tree is about grenades. So I just wasted like 8 points into something that I'm not gonna use. So I would love to be able to like, okay.
I stay throwing grenades at people.
Oh, so maybe we
running.
should
I
switch
be
A
running.
lot of grenades.
I be like, oh, you want to chase me? And I
Especially when I'm trying to be stealth and it doesn't work
Yeah,
out.
I don't even be stealth.
Bro,
I
And
did
then
one
there's,
mission.
like,
She's like,
Bonnie
let's be
Parks.
quiet. And I'm like, nah, I just started headshotting people. I'm like, I don't do quiet. What about you, Felice? You think anything that like you kind of
I didn't. Well, that thing you just said, yes. Although I evenly usually distribute my stuff. The only thing is I didn't distribute it evenly to Reflex. I only gave that 3. Because I didn't think it was important.
Yeah.
But it's important because it helps you be able to evade. And I get shot a lot. I didn't like, but now I have better weapons. I didn't like how the beginning weapons were so bad that I'd just be shooting people and I'm like, why isn't this person dying? It says headshot, 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 headshot. And I'm like, they're not dying. If you get shot in the head, you die. But now I have like nicer weapons because like, I kind of acquired some from some bodies. So,
and of course, if you upgrade your tree with those weapons, you get better critical hits and things like that.
And I think to what he said earlier, I started reading the actual perks now instead of just like, because I was just clicking on shit. And I actually went in and I saw that there was tabs on the top because I was like, I thought this whole thing was for both of those things.
Yeah, they got like multiple.
But then there's like tabs on the top, which I'm like, I feel like I went through a tutorial, but the tutorial had nothing to do with any of this shit. It just had to do with like how to sneak and how to dodge and how to fight hand in hand. And then I learned that the fucking weapons I were using, the best weapons are the melee weapons.
Well, some of them. There's some like, did you get?
They
the
do high
gun
damage.
that does heat seeking. Like I have a gun that I can shoot all the way to the right, and the bullets just go to the left to the guy. Like it'll go.
read about ricochet thing, I haven't used any of those
Oh
abilities.
yeah, I use
I don't know.
ricochet with shotguns. Like I love shooting the ground and the
I can't shoot
fucking
for shit with the
pellets go right
shotgun.
up in there. Yeah.
But I do like when you're standing there and then if you look a little bit around the corner, the gun tilts
Oh
a little.
yeah, I like that
Yeah,
too.
I
I
like
thought
that.
that was
That's
pretty
dope.
good that they did that.
And I just realized that they have like literally on the weapons, like you just said, heat seeking. They have specifications for the power weapons.
Hmm.
I didn't know they had that. I was just like, why am I getting shot with electricity?
Yeah, I got some electricity grenades, electricity bullets.
Tutorials.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta teach yourself a lot in this game. I guess that's one thing I can say that I didn't like. That I was like, I went through that training, which I don't like usually doing, and I'm
I don't
thinking,
either.
all right, I should be fully prepared. But then you go into the world, and there's so much left to learn. Not only like these specialized guns, but how to like upgrade your body because they have like stuff
Yep.
like components to use to upgrade your body itself rather than just your skill points and stuff like that. You got to learn how to do the hacking. Like we said, the hacking, they didn't do a good job of telling people how to hack that well. You got to learn how to freaking craft, like get
I don't know how to do
weapons
that.
to
I don't know
craft.
how to do that.
I just started putting skill points into crafting. I can make master craft weapons now. So yeah, one thing I've been going into. But I still haven't made one, but I'm able to make one right now. I've upgraded a weapon so far, but I've never crafted a weapon so far.
Yeah, I've upgraded. Um, one thing is I wish that you would be able to do is just like any RPG is customize your character even outside the beginning of the game. Like, can I get a haircut? Can I change can I get a beard? Can I just like add
This reminds me
tattoos
of
to
another
it?
glitch, the naked glitch. My girl is running around naked a lot. Every time
Yes,
I
Really?
go to
yes.
the mirror, and she has
She
no
naked.
clothes on. I'm just like, yo, my tits are out. My tits are out. Like, why are my tits out? Like,
Yo, I
because
yelled
what?
at the screen yesterday because I was like, she didn't consent to this shit. Put her clothes back on.
I know. Can we even stream this game with all the nudity and this
I
shit?
know,
Yeah,
right?
I streamed that shit. I streamed that shit this morning.
Yeah, I
Well,
saw you
not
were
this
streaming
morning,
this.
but
Well, I saw you streaming something this morning, or you tried to.
oh yeah, that I don't know what's up with Twitch right now. Well, it's fine right now, but earlier it was bugging out, and
Yeah, a
because I
lot of
don't know
shit
what.
was fucked up. I think Google was down for a
Yeah,
little bit
Google
too.
was down, and
Oh, that makes
Google
sense.
affected Twitch and some other services.
That makes
So
sense.
yeah, Google was down early. They were bringing back their services piece by piece.
One thing I didn't even know that we could do this in the game, but you could go in the water. You could swim in this game.
Yeah,
You know that?
I found some treasure in the water.
Yeah, I
There
didn't
was,
You
know.
don't treasure in that dirty water.
yeah,
I
I found
jumped into the
some
water, expecting to die.
Your
I started
character's gonna catch a
swimming.
virus.
treasure.
You catch a lot of shit that dirty water.
I know it's bad dirty.
That shit's green.
I found the junkyard. I had this mission I had to do in the junkyard, like mad fucking trash. Almost got lost. Couldn't find my way out and shit. Trying to get to another mission. That shit was crazy.
I have a question. So for you guys, I don't know about well, I know what I'm doing, but in reference to this, but are you guys focusing on like just doing the missions or doing side stuff? Because I realized that when leveling, there's your character level, and then there's your cred, your street cred.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing like all these like little like I call myself like a cop, but I'm not a cop. I'm like bringing them
Yeah,
justice,
you're
but I'm
helping
murdering them.
them out whenever you see they need help. I've been doing
But
that,
I'm
even though
murdering
I
the
don't
people.
feel good doing it. But
Nah, I felt good. I've been stabbing people in the head.
yeah,
So yeah, I've been doing that to raise my street cred, but I was like, shit, my level ain't shit because now I have mad items that are higher level, but I
yeah,
can't
you
use
can't
them
Um,
use them.
because I'm not a higher level.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Like my street credit is at 13 right now, I think.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
catching up.
you
Catching
know,
up.
so I'm right there. But I've been doing more side quests. What I do 5 side quests, then a main quest. 5 side quests, then
That's
a
a good
main
rule.
quest. And if I'm on my way to a main quest and one of those gig people hit me up, I stop and I go do their quest too. So I'm trying to because people that beat the game have been saying that you want to go back and you want to do a lot because the world is a lot to do after you finish beating the game. But I'm the type of guy where I have so many games to play. Once
Yeah,
I
I'm not
beat
going
the
back.
main story,
Not
I'm
right,
probably
right now.
not turning this game back on again. Probably only on Stadia just to see if I get a different ending, to the story and stuff like that, and see where being a corpo gets me as opposed to being a street kid. But yeah, so I'm mostly a side quest person. I'm doing as many side quests as I can right now.
My system is when my wife's home, I do side missions because she talks a lot. So I don't want to miss anything like story wise. So I just do like side missions. So when she's at work, I just do story missions. So that's my system. Sorry,
That's
babe. I love
smart too.
you. Another thing is, I just came in my head. Have you guys experienced any of those cyber psychos, like having
What?
to hunt them down?
I
No.
saw something about that today, hunting down these people, but I haven't found any of them.
Definitely do those.
But
Those
they're
are
robots?
they're like psychos, but they're like robotic psychos, and
Oh.
it's a lot of fun. I got like I think each one is individual, like mini bosses, and there's one that was like spooking the shit out of me. It was pretty cool. To like have that kind of like that game. I was expecting to, but it was crazy. Yeah.
But what do you guys think this date game does well now? Like, what is the best parts of this game in your opinion right now, Felice? Well, what do you think this game does well?
I like the visuals, even though there are glitches, but the visuals are still pretty good. Like
Yeah.
graphically, it's
Especially on Stadia. Like I thought it was looking good on Xbox, but then when I played it on Stadia, I'm like, damn, this kind of looks better than fucking Series X version, but I guess they aren't upgraded yet, so
yeah,
it makes
they
sense.
they haven't. They said there was a 1 point something upgrade on Xbox today, but I didn't see it.
1.4,
Yeah,
1.04,
there was
something like
like an
that.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
update for bugs.
The small
Well,
one.
It
and
didn't
they came
update
out
on
with that
mine.
apology, which I had on my phone, but my phone started to fucking update right now, so I can't even read the apology. CD Projekt
You
Red.
saw what I said about that apology, right?
Yeah.
Apologies. This is just a fake and Shia LaBeouf's apologies. Copywritten and everything.
I mean, but it's more than EA ever did. It's more
Yeah,
than like,
yeah,
you
you
know,
EA
never gave me.
apologized.
Fallout. Bethesda did.
No,
Fallout
they
76 was
apologized,
a
but they
Bethesda
still
bastard.
get
Yeah.
apologized
taken to
too.
court. They had to get taken to court for
Yeah, they
EA
got
to get
sued.
apologize, But go
But
ahead, keep telling
yeah,
me the
please, what
good.
did you like about the game?
Oh, yeah. So graphics are good. I only used it once though. But I do like that thing that you could do the BD thing. The
Mm.
um, you go into someone's memory like they did.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that
The
thing, the
detection,
like
the
Yeah.
the
detective
detective
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
That shit was fun. I only got
Yeah,
to do it once though, but it was fun.
you'll get
You
other
like that?
opportunities.
I was ready to get the fuck out of there. I'm like, okay, can I play the game now?
No,
It's
because the
like
first
20
time it's
minutes.
like a tutorial, so they talk too much.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, okay, you can leave anytime. Okay,
Don't
bye.
worry, you'll get plenty more opportunities to do that. Trust
All
me.
right, I'm not
I
doing it.
thought that was interesting. It gave me feels of like
Batman, Detective Vision.
oh, might as well be Detective Pikachu. But no, I was thinking about that Nintendo game with it's British and it's got the Professor Layton.
Professor
Okay.
Layton, yeah.
It gave me
Yeah.
Professor
Playing
Layton
on
feels.
DS, you're always looking for every little clue in the room.
Yeah, I was looking for the last security part, and I was like, "What the hell is security part?" Oh, that dude creeped me the fuck out. That big robot talking about I look like a fuckable piece of meat.
Yeah, he's an
That
asshole.
shit was disgusting. I was just
They
like, "That's
painted
a
him to like be disliked, so I'm
he
pretty
was
sure.
gross." But yeah, that I liked the weapons. I like that there are so many weapons. I don't understand why everyone has so many weapons, but I like that there's so many weapons, and I like the costumes. I keep getting new items, and when you change your costume, it changes on your body. Some games don't
That's
even
what I
do that.
love, man. That's what fucking Avengers is missing.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
need to
Change the
see
costume. Change the
change.
costume. Change the body.
Yep. Um,
Um, those are the main things. I can't think of anything else, but those are the main things.
what about you, Fred?
I like the story. Keanu Reeves. I think he's really good at it. People said that he was gonna be like an asshole. I haven't got to that point of the game yet where he's like an asshole. I kind of get what he's trying to say. So like to me, he's like, yeah, okay, I agree with everything you're saying. I like Felice touched on it, the game, the gunplay, the smart weapons, the ricochet, there's different types. Like you get a shotgun and have 3 different ways you use that same shotgun, you know, and that's
Yeah,
pretty
it could be
cool.
weaker than your weapon, but you want to use it because of the
Yeah.
effects that it gives you. Like,
And I'm just now getting guns that has like poison that sets people on fire. So it's like I have like a smart gun that does fire damage, no, does poison, but
I got one too, but I can't use it yet.
so like it's pretty cool just having a gun that does like so many different things. Uh, I like the different outfits. I just wish that like in other RPGs, you could put on headgear but make it invisible. because I don't want to put a mask on. I don't want to put that fucking hat on. It's like I want to see my chick. I spent like 20.
You turned it off on Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, so it's like some of the things
that bothered me.
So the things that like games been doing forever, Cyberpunk decided just not to do that. So I'm wondering like an update will come and they'll just add that because
I was hella tight.
I don't put nothing on my face because I'm like, no, I don't.
That's armor that you don't have.
My girl got her sunglasses on, her fucking beanie, and I love how your hair changes depending on what you're wearing on your head.
Yeah, that was
that's cool.
There, like not a lot of games care about
change your hairstyle
based on what you put on and stuff like
that. One thing though, like
let's go back.
I think Felice talked about it, but the loot, I almost feel like there's almost too much loot where like it becomes unapparent because every time we get in a fight, there's like 20 guns on the floor.
There's
20 things over there.
Which any junk you pick up automatically gets
so that helped me a lot. But I'm just saying, like, I'm getting like 10 pistols every time we fight. I'm getting like 10 assault rifles.
I keep being over encumbered. It keeps saying like you're carrying too much, and I'm like, I have to stop.
I haven't run into that problem yet, but I moved up my weight so I could carry an extra like 50 items right now and shit. So I'm at like 269 I could carry in weight.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm at.
But I honestly I enjoy this game a lot. And I think the reason why I'm not giving it so much shit is because it's from CD Red. I think if this was from EA, I think if this was from Bethesda, I think if this was from literally probably anybody else, but this group, I would give it a lot of shit. But like they did so good with Witcher, they did so good with a lot of their products that they show love, and you almost feel like they give a shit.
And when DLC comes, we'll get it for free.
Yeah, so
they're very humble though.
And the apology did seem a little like, please, like, sorry, but like they didn't need to do that. And they even said like, if you can't get a refund, tell us, email us, and we'll get you your money back. You know, if you really want it that bad. So I've never seen EA do that. I've never seen Bethesda do that. So they shouldn't have released.
That only works for digital because a store policy, like they're saying, Best Buy ain't taking no games back. Like GameStop ain't taking your game back unless.
No, but they said like if you can't get it from the store, that to reach out to them directly.
They'll give you some credit.
Yeah, they'll give you something for it. So like that's going above and beyond, So I think that they deserve all this shit, especially on the base PS4 and the base Xbox. But that looks so fake if you see like the videos about it. So like they deserve a little shit from it. But honestly, it's probably one of my favorite games of the year. It's probably up there with Ghost, this, and I don't even know the third one. There's like those two games are like my two big games of the year.
Well, one thing I'll start with story because I'm a story guy. The story's been going great, so great that I don't want to play it because I don't want it to end. So that's why I do so much fucking side quests too. When it comes to Keanu, like, you don't even get to like a certain point in the damn game. You don't even meet this motherfucker. But he does his job well. I know a lot of people are talking about, this game can make you change your view of Keanu. And I'm just like, it's a fucking video game.
He likes puppies.
Like, what do you mean it's going to make you change your view of Keanu? Keanu is playing a role. A role. Look up the definition of ROLE, a role. Okay, people, like in movies, like he's not John Wick in real life. So for people that I've seen talking about your views of Keanu is going to change after this, shut the fuck up. Other than that, like he's doing a good job. Like, and I understand his point of view because of my way of looking at things realistic. Like if I was that man, he's stuck in your head. So he's just like, I gotta get out of your fucking head. I gotta find my body. My body's someone out there. I gotta get the fuck out of your head. I would be him too. How long you been in this fucking
I'm not that far.
Yeah, I know, yeah. So, but you finally reached that part. You're still in the prologue. I didn't even realize the game was in a prologue until you reach a certain point. Then you're just like, hold up, that shit's a prologue? Like the whole fucking time. Yeah. So you'll know when you're finished with the prologue. Trust me. You'll definitely know.
Yeah.
But when you finally get into him, he's just there talking to you, and he's doing things to hurt you and things like that. But at the same time, he's just like, I gotta work with this motherfucker, and from the decisions I've had to make with him so far, I've been on his side. I've been agreeing with everything. I'm like, you're right, man. Let's fuck the system. Let's do it. Like, like I've been with Keanu this whole fucking time. Let's destroy the world. You know, if you want to destroy the world, let's fucking destroy the world. Especially with my street kid. Maybe with my corporal guy, I'll be like, yo, motherfucker, I got money. Like I
I
don't need
got
to do
bills
all
to
this.
pay.
You know, like I can fucking pay my bills without your help. You know, so it might be a different playthrough with him. But I'm
Shit, I
loving the
can't wait.
story right now. I love how beautiful everything looks, like even with all the neon stuff. I love how flushed out the city is because I used to think GTA did a great job at flushing things out, but you're in a third person view in GTA, so you can see more. But it's like the city is just huger. But in here, you're in a smaller space, even though it's still big within the game, but you're in a smaller space, but they put detail into everything. Like all
Yes.
the buildings you could go into,
The
like
dumpling shops.
everything. Yeah, everything seems unique. You're not, at least in GTA, you're seeing like you might go into different shops, but they all look the same when you go into those different shops.
Just to touch up on that, I went to a sex shop and like you could buy something, and they actually,
Oh
if you go
wow!
to the sex shop, they have like dildos and stuff you could buy in the game. And
And
then I
then you put
left
your
the
money
sex
on his
shop.
character right then and there.
Yeah, I left the sex shop, and then a drug dealer hit me up like, "You want to buy something?" I'm like, "Okay, let me see what you have." And she has drugs on her, so it's like you saying, like they from the bottom up, they filled everything up. Like to go into a store and actually get something specific to that store, but then to go outside and have something specific to that person, we never experienced that before. Because in GTA, you go to a
Exactly.
store, everything's the same, no matter where you go. So that was pretty cool.
Even came to this point like where there's this fucking guy preaching on the street, and everybody
Oh, I
knows
hate that guy.
how I feel about preaching on the fucking street.
I
And
was
then
arguing
like,
with him.
so I was talking shit to him that he asked for some money, and I was like, no, you know, and I'm not giving you no damn money. And then like on the next time I played it with my corpo guy, I just pistol whipped him. I pistol whipped him and knocked him the fuck out. I choked him and knocked him out. And then I had the cops coming after me, which I ended up escaping from them. But you know, I just like let me just take a different approach right here. Like pop, let's shut the fuck up. You know, you know. So that was hilarious. I just love how much detail they put into this game. All the colors are nice, man. Night City is the shit. I love how you have to have a certain amount of street cred to do certain missions and to do certain stuff. Like even like the guy that fixes you up in the beginning, how you owe him money, and it's just like it's a mission to get back to this
I
guy.
ain't pay that guy yet.
Yeah, I still gotta pay. I finally now got enough money too, so next time I play, I gotta go pay him back his money. But like it's little things like that. I'm like they did a lot, you know, and it just sucks that yes they built this game mostly for next gen and PC, you
Yeah.
know, rather than working on the current gen systems as much, which sucks for a lot of people. But you know,
Would you rather them just not release it on the systems? It'd be like if you have an Xbox One or PS4 Pro,
It's because they
that's
promised them. They had to.
no, the thing is that the last delay, they literally told us we delayed it because of the bugs we found on the current gen consoles. It's
yeah.
like they didn't have no problems with next gen stuff. They finished all that, but they had to work on the current gen. And obviously, the time that they had wasn't enough. But they couldn't come out and say, "Hey, we're gonna make these people crunch again and delay this game again," because that would have pissed us off even more. So it's like the question you have to ask yourself: would you have been mad if they would have just said, "Okay, now we're gonna wait till January, February to release this game"? You would have been pissed off regardless, or we get this game now and you guys just wait for the bugs to be patched. Like,
I think maybe a little bit of both. I think a disclaimer will be like, "Hey guys, this is such a big game that the OG sponsors is going to be a hard time to play." Just an expectation because they were fucking writing it. That's the thing that they fucked up was like they were writing this game hard. Fucking these fucking Twitch fucking videos every other week, like these music videos. Like
The
it's like
rappers playing it.
yeah, they were gassing this game up so much that they kind of shot themselves in the foot. If they would
They
have been
should
just
have two
like
release dates. They should have just did two release dates. Two
yeah.
that's
far
what
off
you
release
get
dates.
like us with Mike. Mike is disappointed because he had those high expectations. Because Mike
Yeah.
fell into the hype. Shout out, Mike, we love you. You know, like, but Mike fell into the hype of it all, which a lot of people did. And now the expectations were up here when it came to it. So when it came out and they had these glitches, people were pissed off. Me, it was just another game for me because I'm gonna buy everything that fucking comes out. So whatever, like if this game didn't come out today, whatever new game came out this week, I was gonna buy anyway. So it doesn't even matter to me. So my
Yeah.
expectations were just, I got a new game. Yes, a new game came out. That was my head say. Was it Cyberpunk is finally here? It was just like, yes, a new game finally fucking came out, and this is a great game that's supposed to be great. And I'm having fucking fun. When Mike hit us up in the middle of the night, like 2 o'clock in the morning, complaining
Yep.
about the game,
Yep.
I was like, Mike, I'm going to sleep. I was
I know. I didn't even
Yo,
respond. I'm
yo,
like,
I
bro.
was like, why you awake, man?
It's like,
This is 10 hours in. I'm
so
mad.
I was
I
like,
was like,
Mike is real disappointed right now, you know. So I was like, you know, let me respond to him in the morning time because
and
I
then the
can't tell
post
him
the
about
next day.
how much I love the game without my wife asking me why the fucking phone is in her face, you know. So so I wasn't like, yes, there's glitches and stuff. Yes, there's stuff that a lot of people are not gonna forgive. Yes, there's stuff that there's I shouldn't be forgiving, but
It's
I
beautiful.
don't care. I'm a laid back guy. Like everybody that personally knows me knows how laid back I am. And I don't sit here and bitch and moan. Like you guys know the shittiest games that people are playing right now. I'll still come on this show and give you guys a reason to go and buy the damn game. You know, like I always look for the best in video games, you know, before I bitch about a damn video game. So I guess like there's a lot to it, man. The game is doing a lot more. People are just. I just hope that a lot of you are legitimate with your claims, and most of you are not just on that herd mentality where you're just like, hey, everyone
Bandwagons.
else is talking shit. Now let me just be part of the group and be like, so no, everyone can accept me. 'Cause that's what social media is now. Like you can't say the opposite of everyone else, or else boom, you're canceled, or boom, you're deleted off my friends list. You know, so or people bashing you in game groups. Gamer Rich Network, guys, if you're not part of it, we don't bash each other there though. So it's a safe community. I might as well make that plug right now. If you guys want a safe gaming community to come and talk in, it's the Gamer Rich Network of people actually explain things to each other and have cordial conversations in our group.
Yep.
just yeah, piggyback on that. Yeah, we have our different opinions, except we don't like Sony pointings. So I'm just playing.
What? Stop playing.
Just kidding. We love PlayStation heads. But I was gonna say this is part. I mean, has it been an open world RPG that hasn't had these many glitches? I can't think of one. Skyrim,
We had it.
Oblivion,
Dragon
We bought
Age.
Skyrim
Fallout,
5, 6
Dragon Age.
times.
Fallout.
Fallout,
Everything's been
yes,
glitchy.
everything.
So
Like it's crazy. Like we're
it's
used
kind of
to
what
this
you
now.
expect, you know.
We're spoiled. And then again, the younger generation is spoiled because back in the days we had to get a game and there was no patches and we didn't complain because there was no platform for us to complain on back in the day. I could have easily set up on my high stool and said, fuck Ocarina of Time, this fucking water dungeon is shitty. I hate this game because of this temple and I don't want to play this anymore. But back then, no one would have heard me. All I could do is
Yeah.
bitch to myself, you know, or other people just be like, "Man, get the strategy guide and shut up," you know. And then I do
Go
it.
get a Game Shark.
Yeah, you know, Game Shark didn't even work for Zelda games like that. Like
Nah, they
I just
don't.
had to get a strategy guide, and I made it through Ocarina of Time on a strategy guide. You know, and I felt there was a lot of things wrong with Majora's Mask, but there was no patch coming for that shit. You know, not at all. You know, and imagine if GoldenEye's multiplayer could have been patched, how much greater it would have been. You know, so it's just we're just in that day and age where everyone needs to have a voice, everyone needs to have an opinion, and then where a lot of people jumped on Metacritic and hey, since everyone's shitting on the game, let's all shit on it on Metacritic. But then again, you might have the Last of Us effect, and next year at the Game Awards, Cyberpunk wins a whole bunch of awards, although all of you hated on it. You know, just like Last of Us 2 this year, you all hated on it, and it won 5 awards. You
This is
know,
probably the best RPG game, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Yakuza
what?
Like a Dragon.
Well, you just said that Mass Effect was the best.
No, I'm talking about this year,
Okay, yeah.
2020. We got Yakuza Like a Dragon. You got Final Fantasy VII Remake, and this, right? There's probably some other one I'm missing out.
Yeah, some people are gonna say Genshin Impact. Some are gonna say Phoenix Rising. Even though Phoenix
Yeah,
Rising, I feel like came out at the wrong time now because like it's getting overshadowed already.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out though. UPlay is officially on Stadia now.
Well, is it?
Where?
Because I
Yeah,
tried 10
I got an
times.
email about it.
No, I got an email about it, but I guess maybe not mine because they said it's rolling out today. So I
Oh,
guess I'm gonna check my Stadia again after we're done here and see
yeah.
if it's there. And I'm gonna subscribe, even though I got all the games already, but I'm still gonna subscribe to it because I have to. It's just in my blood. But anybody has any closing comments? Anything we didn't go over? Like I think we went over graphics, we went over gameplay.
The
Uh,
voice acting is pretty good. I like it.
I like the fact that they're pushing the envelope. I at first I thought it was gonna be, I'm not gonna say squeamish because I'm body positive. I don't think there's anything wrong with the human form, but I thought that I'd just be like, okay, this is too much. This is gratuitous, but it's not. It's not gratuitous. It's just normal. Like I like the fact that they decided to push the envelope and do nudity. Like
yeah.
it's just natural. It just feels like, and I think I mentioned before, it feels like a Blade Runner. You know, it literally feels like Blade Runner. Um,
Yeah, I agree. They made a game for mature people and like
yeah,
grown-ups
Yeah.
instead of always catering to like the little kids or like the 15, 14-year-old kids. They're like, nah, this is for like people who play games, and I appreciate that.
And call me a bad dad if you guys gotta know how I treat my kids and how I raise my kids. But today I was doing the scene again where you gotta pick up the naked body out the tub, and my son was in the room and he's like, "Dad, is that her titty?" And I'm like, "Yes, son. These are what titties look like." Like, I was like,
Yeah, I did like he grows
like
up. Like the first
I'm
time
like,
I saw Titty
he's
was
in
Cyberpunk
freaking
2077.
yeah, he's in the freaking seventh grade. Like I know what I seen in seventh grade. Like my son could pretend around me,
You
but I
know,
always tell him I'm a young father, son. Like I know what you're going through in school right now, and trust me, I'm pretty sure you've seen a boob before. Okay, this is not
yeah.
the first time. Yeah, so, but yes, don't worry, people. I don't intentionally just throw my kids in front of the TV and be like, "Hey, look, boobies." So it's not like that. But yeah, this game is built for the mature audience, definitely. It's great story. I'm trying to think. Like, I can't say. What do you guys think about the music in the cars? Like, you
Oh, I've
guys.
been dancing to the music. I had to turn off music to stream, but I've been dancing to that music, man.
what the music is, you have a setting for streamer mode.
What?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, of
yeah.
course.
They
I'm
take
saying,
out all the license
but
stuff.
oh shit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but
I've been dancing to the music though.
I don't like the radio, but I like the combat music when it
Yes,
changes. I
it
like
sounds
the
so
mood changing.
cyberpunk. It's
Yeah.
so futuristic when you get into battles and stuff, and I love that because the radio. There's a
Which
few
one's the hip hop station?
the
Like
hip
they
hop
all
I
sound
station.
like
haven't
shit.
bucked
No,
with the
they
radio.
got
I only
one.
listen to the
It's
radio at the
not
club.
great, but it's been better than some of the. Sometimes I just go to the talk show radio station and I just listen to them talk shit and all that stuff. But the hip hop has like two songs that I was like, all right, this sounds all right. But I'm more of a house music guy.
I
Wish
like
they could have one
The
of those.
Spanish music.
Yeah, they even got a Spanish station too. They got a Spanish music station too. And
Maybe
then
I gotta mess around with it. I've been just like turning it off.
yeah, so it's like on and off with the music, but I'm definitely into the sound, the audio
One
during
thing I want to touch on is that this game looks. I mean, we already talked about how it looks on PS4 and like the new gen, but this game looks so different no matter depending on what system you have. Like
yes.
if you have a 3080 like graphics card compared to somebody who has a PS4, it's like so drastically different. Like I've never experienced a game that looks so different on whatever console you're on. Like I'm playing on a Stadia, it looks okay, but I'm playing on the browser, and then when I go to my TV, it looks better. And then I'm looking at YouTube videos, those shit's ray tracing, fucking looks fucking beautiful. And I'm just like, I kind of hate that this game is so hardware dependent that like not everybody's getting the same experience, you know?
Yeah, that
Yeah, but
sucks.
they did warn people about that. But one thing, you know what? Since we didn't really talk too much, well, we talked gameplay and stuff, but we didn't talk too much about like missions. So since we don't want to spoil things, like what's one mission that like really stood out to you? So for Felice, since you're the earliest in the game, what's one mission that stood out to you the most? Like it could be a side quest if you don't want to ruin any story thing, but what's one mission that stood out
I
to
think I
you?
kind of mentioned it earlier. The when I did the BD thing, because I haven't really done that many missions. I've mostly just been a thug. I've been running around stabbing. But no, legit, like that stood out the most to me because that was like, it was so unique, but not unique at the same time. And the doctor that I have to go pay, that dude,
Yeah.
watching him do the things to my hand,
Yeah.
I got like Dead Space vibes when
yeah,
like
and then
they,
what?
like, put the eye in.
You know, he took your eye out, right?
Yeah.
So, damn, like I was like, what is this like Matrix level?
That's what I'm saying. Like when they get into the story, this story is fucking like awesome.
And one thing I heard, like the side quests are way better than the main story quests. A
I
lot of
just been
people
doing
are
side
saying,
quests. I just been doing side quests.
yeah, people are just like, yeah, side quest, side quest, side quest. Stick to it.
Yo, there was this chick that tried to kill me. She was really pretty. She had these pigtails and this hot pink gun that I have now because she died. But yeah, it was awesome.
What about you, Fred?
All right, so I touched a little bit on it. The Cyber Psychos, it's a side mission, so you probably went into it, but it's like all right, so you get a phone call from one of the people that give you contracts.
The handlers.
Yeah, the handlers, and you go into this alleyway, and there's like a pentagram on the floor, and there's like a fridge there. I'm gonna get to like the details of why, but then so you get like this fucking like evil kind of like settings, and then you start hearing whispering. I play with headphones on, so I hear like and behind me, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just looking around, like, what is this bitch? And then like you have to do like some kind of like ritual, and like something happens, and you have to like a little boss fight. But it's like I was not expecting this in a Cyberpunk game, a little like horror elements in it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That does sound
It makes
dope.
a lot. I love how much detail they went into for these side quests and stuff. Like a lot. Like one that's memorable to me right now, and it's memorable because of a specific reason too. One is like this guy. One of the handlers asked me to go in. This guy she used to work with. She wants me to go talk to. He's a radio host, and the government wants to shut him down. But he's talking about he wants to kill himself. And so you go into this radio studio, and I have enough abilities now that I can hack into turrets and things like that. So I was able to shut down. He has like turrets set up around the place. So I was able to shut them down by using my little hacking system and just shutting down all turrets and things like that. He had mines placed out, which I couldn't hack those, but I just jumped over all of them. So when you get to him, he has a gun to his head. And he's about to shoot himself, and like something happened. Like I used my hacking ability because I have the ability to disarm your gun, jam your gun. I used that ability on him, and it jammed his gun, and somehow he still killed himself. Even after I jammed his gun, he still killed. It's like it burnt his brain because the gun was right next to his head. I don't know what the fuck happened, but his gun jammed, and somehow he still died. And then the damn girl is going in on my, you killed my friend. I should know you. You don't know how to talk. You don't know how to talk. And I'm just like, I know how to talk, bitch. I talk for a living. Like, but something happened and the game glitched. And I got to reload at that same point again. So the gun's at his head again. I'm like, okay, I can't fucking hack him now. So I'm just like, hey, put the gun down. Like I was like, put the gun down. And then he starts talking, and like I'm like, I wonder if I move closer to him if he's gonna kill himself. So I start moving closer. He's like, stop moving. And I'm like, ah shit. All right. So I keep talking to him. I get him to put the gun down. Then he has like a bunch of loot all around the place too. You can pick up and shit. And like I'm able to get him outside. And I almost fucked up because I got him in the getaway car, and I accidentally threw a grenade underneath the car. Accidentally threw a grenade underneath the fucking car. The car blew and went up, but the car didn't blow up. It like floated and then it came back down, but he was still alive. He was just like, "What the fuck, dude?" And I'm just like, "Motherfucker, in another life, you were dead. All right, just be happy that you're getting away." So that was like my most memorable mission so far, just because of how much shit I put myself through and went through in the fucking game.
Well, I have one thing we could do maybe to wrap this up is which one, only one, because I know we all can have like 7 or 5. One tip to somebody who's listening to this who's gonna start playing Cyberpunk, one tip to help them for like something that we wish we knew when we started. So I guess please go ahead and go. If you you need a minute,
yeah,
I could go. All right, Dre, how about you?
You go first.
I go. Okay. I would say an obvious one, but it's something that I use and a lot is quick save. You could push select, push triangle, and quick save. I quick save probably like Every time I get the car, every time I'm about to talk to somebody, every time I'm about to just do anything, pick up a good weapon, quick save. So quick save is it's gonna save you so much.
Because
So
I've had to be
constantly
taken
save.
back a few moments all the time because I keep forgetting a quick save. So
I keep
people,
forgetting that
quick
shit too.
save because I be thinking I'm invincible and just going up to the gunfights. Especially, I love how shotguns make people fly back and fall on the fucking floor. That shit is like I love doing that and going behind them like pat 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 pat, motherfucker.
Yeah, when they
You
fall
know,
to the ground, they're just like there,
yeah,
like,
like
oh
they're
my
on the
god.
ground and they're trying to get up. And I'm like, nope, pop, pop, pop. Stay the fuck down. But go ahead, please.
I think it's something that Freddie said kind of earlier, but to push on that, I would recommend thinking about what you're upgrading when you level
Oh, that
and
was
use the
mine.
perks. Because Freddie said earlier something that was really important. That he wish he didn't do the engineering thing when he doesn't even use grenades like that. That's not his play style. He's not even thinking about that shit. And so he could have used that all for something else. And I have a similar situation because I was leveling up the same shit actually. But I use grenades. But I didn't realize that I should have been leveling up the hacking stuff or the I think it's called it says hacking or something else it says. But I could have been leveling up that. And there's this other ability. I can't remember where it's at. It's in either the bottom one or the left one. But there's this ability where like it helps like get your body like to to get the things faster. The hack numbers.
Yeah, those little
The
notes.
RAM.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
upgraded
I never
that.
have any because I stay hacking people's building doors and walking in and stealing shit.
Yeah, you could recover them every 15 seconds. If you get
But
that
you can
ability.
with this one, which I'm trying to get now. With this one, you can actually recover four up to four per every 60 seconds while in combat.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm doing that one right now too.
Yeah, those hacking things come in
So
handy,
read
especially
it
when you
first.
see you're about to fight a boss. Like
Yeah.
the one boss I fought, I was able to make him blind for a few seconds, so he was just shooting his gun all over the fucking place. So that definitely helped out there. I guess one tip I could give if it has nothing to do with like to add off Felice, look at the ability trees before you
Yep.
start putting in points and just know what you want to be.
Because you can't
Like
take it back.
definitely know the type of character you want to be, or else you just be like me and Felice who just put our points anywhere. Like I just try to evenly distribute everything. But other than that, I would say pay attention to your surroundings on missions because there's multiple ways to do a lot of missions. Like there are multiple ways. Like sometimes I go and I'm just like, oh no shit! If I would have just ran up this ladder, I wouldn't even have to go through all these centuries that I fucking just went through. Because when I'm coming back down, I'm like, this ladder was leading right up to this guy's office the whole time. There's another mission I did when I have to break into this place and it said I needed like a level 6 of strength in order to break down the door. And I went and put my point there, but then when I went outside, there's a
The
glass
terrace.
window on
Yep.
top. You could
I went through
crash
the window.
through. Yeah, you could crash through the glass window and get through there. You didn't even need to waste your damn ability. So keep yeah, guys, just keep a keen eye in your surroundings during every mission. It will definitely help. There's so many ways to play this game. And stay fun. Don't listen to the internet.
Nope.
Have your fun. Don't let other people
Choose your fun.
determine the fun you're having in your life, or else you'll just be a robot your whole life, just following the crowd.
Thanks.
Establish your own fun. Stop letting people establish whether you should be having fun or not. Not at all. But once again, guys, thanks for joining us. Um, like again, like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. Well, not Twitter. Fuck our Twitter right now. Twitch.
We have a
Facebook.
Twitter though.
We have a Twitter, Gamerish2, but I gotta rebrand that whole shit. And our Patreon is coming soon, and all we're asking is like for $1, guys. That's $1 a month if you guys can when we finally post that. So, guys, until next time, enjoy your drinks, enjoy your games. Peace out.
You guys.